Hello everyone and welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes, and today we're going to be making falafel, also known in Greek as revυθοκεφτέδες. And let's go over the ingredients really quick and we're going to get started. We just need a few that you probably already have laying around your house, and then it gets put together really quick and easy. We need some chickpeas, and I'll explain the whole process later in a few minutes. We need half an onion, some garlic cloves, fresh parsley, and then we need a heaping tablespoon of all-purpose flour, some crushed red pepper flakes. You can leave them out if you don't like your food a little hot. I like mine a little spicy always. Some salt, cumin powder, baking soda, freshly ground black pepper, and coriander powder. If you don't have coriander powder and all you have is coriander seeds, just whiz it up in a coffee grinder, and then it's the best way to grind spices anyway. I use my coffee grinder all the time for grinding spices. Now, fresh dry chickpeas are the only chickpeas that you're able to use for this recipe. Do not try to use the canned variety because they will not work. They will not stay together, and you'll just have a big mess when you go to fry them. So you just want to take about a cup. I'm using about a cup for my recipe today, and soak it in water. Put them in a bowl and fill the bowl up with water, cold water. Leave it overnight, and they're going to pretty much almost double in size the next day when you're ready to use them. And now I'm going to drain these, and we're going to move on to the next step. All you need for this recipe is a food processor, and I like to chop everything up in here so that way I don't have to clean any extra things. I'm going to chop up my garlic first. And you don't have to worry about the measurements. Just go on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. So that way you have the exact measurements for everything, and you'll have no problem making this recipe. I'm going to pulse it until the garlic is finely chopped. Okay. Now I'm going to add my onion to this. And before I put my onion in here, I'm just going to cut it. Actually, before I put my onion in there, I'm going to put some fresh parsley. And we need, I think it says about a half a cup of fresh parsley. I like a lot of parsley, but follow the recipe. So I'm going to pulse this in here so it can get nicely chopped. Now, I don't like to take out extra equipment if I don't need it, but if I'm already using it, I don't want to dirty cutting boards and extra knives. So it should look something like this. Put it back in, and now I'm just going to chop up my onion. I'm going to pulse it a few times until it is also chopped up nicely. You want to make sure your chickpeas are finely strained and dry. Put them in there. And put all the rest of your dry spices in. Now, if you want to make this completely gluten-free, leave out the flour, and you can boil a potato and add it in there until it all comes together. That'll be kind of like the binding ingredient for this. So I'm going to pulse this a few times until it gets nice and very, very finely chopped. In between, you want to make sure you mix it up a bit, just in case there are some bigger chunks or pieces stuck to the sides of the bowl, and it'll all become nice and evenly chopped. Now, you don't want it to turn into a paste, but you want it to be very, very finely chopped so that way it can stick together. I'm going to chop it just a little bit more than this. And that's perfect. This is what the consistency should look like. And it stays together. Now I'm going to empty it out and put it in a bowl. Okay, now you can definitely go ahead and fry these up if you're in a hurry, but they'll have the best flavor if you let them sit covered in plastic wrap and let them cool in the refrigerator so all the flavors kind of meld together, and it'll be way, way better. So I would give it at least an hour, up to 3 hours would be perfect. You could even do this the night before. I'm going to pop this into my refrigerator, clean up a bit, and then we'll fry them up in a little while. All right, so my falafel has been sitting in the refrigerator and resting for about 2 hours. I heated up some olive oil. Canola oil is fine, or grapeseed oil is also really good oil. I like to use like a pumice olive oil for frying. That's what I had at home, so that's what I'm going to use. Now, To make the falafel balls, you can, if you have a little mini ice cream scoop or melon ball scooper, this is kind of a little mini ice cream scoop, it's perfect. If not, you can form them into patties, that's fine too, or use your hands and just like kind of take out small little round balls like this. But with the little ice cream scoop, it's so easy. I'm just gonna make my little balls. Falafel has formed, I've made them. We have about 14. It's a nice size recipe. And now since I don't have a thermometer to check the temperature of my oil, it should be about 350 degrees. And you'll know it's ready when you put a wooden skewer in there and it forms like bubbles like that. So it's done. We're gonna put about 4 or 5 in there at a time because you don't want the temperature to drop too fast. You gotta be careful while you're doing that. And they're gonna cook in the oil for about 45 minutes until they're golden brown all around. And then that's it, they'll be ready. So you wanna make sure to have a plate lined with paper towels. Ready, so that way you can drain all the excess oil. And after about 4 to 5 minutes of frying, these will be perfectly ready, nice and crisp on the outside and really beautiful on the inside. I'm going to continue to fry all of these up and then I'll show you how they're going to look when they're completely ready. So I'm going to take the final falafel out and they're all completely ready. Do you hear that crunch? Look at this, how beautiful and bright green they are inside. They're perfectly crispy outside. Now time to taste them. There are so many ways to serve these. You can just eat them just like that and serve them as like nice appetizers, or you can serve them in the sandwich. I don't have pita bread with me right now, but you could put pita bread, chop up lettuce, tomato, onions, and of course some tzatziki sauce. Some people eat them with tahini sauce. I'm really honestly not such a huge fan of tahini sauce. Don't know why. Tzatziki I could eat by the spoonfuls and never have enough. So I'm going to eat mine with tzatziki. I have my roca salad. Make sure to get both recipes on the website. And the thing I love most about these, look, I have no mess, no oily, splattery mess to clean up. For some reason, these don't splatter when they cook, so it's great. Now I'm going to take 2 of my, I'll take this one, falafel. Put a nice spoonful of tzatziki. Look at how beautiful they look. I love a lot of parsley. I like them to be bright, bright green on the inside. So yummy. So crispy on the outside and really moist and fresh tasting on the inside. Go on www.dimitrosdishes.com. I have the exact measurements on there. I'll post the link below in the description box. Tell me what you think of these when you make them. They're super simple, super easy, so go ahead and make them. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.